who was on Sprawlenberg.
I saw he kicked butt.
Yeah, he looked good. He was in for a podcast before that with Brady Joling from Stout.
I watched, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Nice. Sweet, dude. Thank you. And Steve brought the Mickeys, and I just thought that was the funniest thing. Like, two kids on the podcast, and Steve brings a 6-pack of Mickeys. Like, that's beautiful. It's actually the first time I've ever had Mickeys, too.
Very nice.
Dude,
fine.
it's super. It's a fine malt liquor. Only the finest. Just like our fine viewers who I hope are tuning in right now. We are live, Danny Palm tells me. Let's check it out. Are we live on the Facebooks? On the YouTubes, and yeah, we're actually live. Let's go. We got a very special guest in studio, Brad from Strip District Meats. The man is back. Let's go. Let's hand out some meat bucks, Brad.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
He was one of the sweatiest humans I've ever felt when he walked in. What's up? Coming straight from practice, right?
Very hot out. About 100 degrees in the gym, so.
Yeah. Danilo keeps that place nice and toasty for you guys.
He has some portable air conditioners, but I don't know why. The doors are open, so
it doesn't really do anything.
Doesn't do much.
It's just an illusion to make you guys feel like he's trying.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. How was training tonight? You get some good rounds in?
It was great. We went no gi. That was my first time going no gi. I don't know how these guys do it.
So I didn't know that you typically trained in a gi. I didn't know that.
Yes. I never wrestled and I never trained no gi, but it's pretty natural.
Yeah.
Just very slippery tonight.
Yeah. You had a football background, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I feel like most athletes, football, wrestling, whatever, just always prefer no-gi because it's faster and
way faster.
Relies more on athleticism and things.
But I've been practicing all the grips and such for a year, and then there's nothing to grip.
Were you going for them and like, oh no?
Yeah.
Why is this baseball choke not working the same way?
It was very fun, though. Very fun.
It's awesome, dude. Well, we're happy to have you back in the studio, obviously, for a very special reason. I know you guys all loved the Meat Bucks last time. I don't know what camera we're on, but I'll do. There we go. Main camera. Y'all loved the Meat Bucks last time, so we decided why not run it back, man. Strip District Meats, you guys have been so awesome to us. And like I've said before, dude, I've been a fan of what you guys do before you were sponsoring 247 too. So you guys just rule. So giving out meat, I think, with fighters is the perfect fit. And I'll say this time around, I noticed fighters were hitting me up right after the fight, like, dude, give me the meat. But like they paid attention last time and they were excited about it. So
it is exciting, and it's exciting to be a sponsor of you guys. I tell you guys, anybody out there that's thinking about sponsoring should definitely do it. You pretty much wine and dine me. You sit me front row for these amazing fights. I get to come on the podcast and talk about them and hand out money to the winners, like the best fight of the night. It's a blast. So you guys treat me so good. I couldn't be happier sponsoring you.
It's a thing too. It's probably one of our most popular posts when that goes out, when we start talking about it.
yeah,
People tune in and they want to make sure that they get their vote in.
yeah.
So
It's exciting.
Have you followed the comments much today on that post?
Oh yeah.
Just like last time, man. Just a constant stream of people. Although I will say today, it was pretty dominated by two people. Last time, I feel like there were like 4 or 5 people that were definitely in the mix in terms of voting. But this time, it's kind of clear cut who got the social media vote. But of course, our votes matter too. So we need to discuss who we think won, and that's what we're going to do on this episode. So BitB17, it went down July 15th, which feels like it was simultaneously yesterday and 3 years ago to me at this point. Like, I'm not sure which one it is.
Should we talk about Sprawlenberg a little bit first?
I'm totally good with talking about Sprawlenberg.
I had no idea what to expect, and I didn't want to go out 2 nights in a row to Monroeville and watch, so I ordered it on pay-per-view. That was the most exciting pay-per-view I've seen. It was like 31 fights. The way you set it up was perfect. In the cage was perfect. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
That was action-packed. I will definitely be at the next one.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Is that why you're training no-gi now to
No,
compete?
no. Not at all.
Are you saying you want to win your own meat bucks? How is that fair?
It's like, yeah, Brad just wins the meat bucks every time.
I'll be the first loser to win the meat bucks.
Yeah. Brad got choked out in 30 seconds, but he won the meat
but
bucks.
he still won.
What an impressive performance. That's awesome, dude. But yeah, man, we appreciate that. And we felt exactly the same as you about Sprawl, whereas we knew we sold tickets very well, that there would be people there. That was literally hurdle number one. Like, we were worried about that. We're like, are people going to come out for grappling super fights?
There's
I
no
don't
way
know.
you knew it was going to be what it was going to be.
We had no idea it was going to turn into what it did. But probably like 3 weeks out or so, we knew that it was going to be that. Like, it was very clearly trending that way, and we were like, we got something here for sure.
I mean, these grapplers in the whole tri-state area, I'm sure, are really, really excited about it. I mean, it's a great place to showcase your abilities.
Yeah, it was really cool to work with teams that we haven't been able to work with in MMA that just have guys who compete in grappling. So, like, American Top Team Happy Valley and Flood City Jiu-Jitsu out in Johnstown, like, their guys did extremely well. Oh, the one was Sean Kyle, Ken Burrs' opponent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that dude was a beast. Ken's obviously a beast. And I know Sean afterwards was saying, he's like, can't believe that dude's a blue belt. He said, I roll with brown belts and black belts all the time. He's like, Ken's right there, man.
Yeah. That was tough to watch. I know we were a little disappointed with our outcome, but I thought our guys from India did a great job.
Dude, you guys all took really hard matchups. Like, be honest, if there were betting lines, like, you guys would have been the underdogs in all those ones that you lost. You were definitely playing up there. So that was awesome to see. Danilo and the guys wanted a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And
Always.
I'm sure they're back fixing their mistakes right away, too.
Absolutely.
That's the beauty of it.
The next day, we went and the way Ian, he showed up. The move of the day was how to escape Ian's
Nice.
So
nice.
It was pretty interesting.
That's cool, man. I love that he cared about it, went right back to the drawing board and like used specific examples from the matches.
Absolutely.
Interesting,
Yeah, that's really cool. So,
did you ever think about getting the coaches out there?
Of course. yeah. I mean,
Don't say that too loud.
I mean, Isaac competed in that one, so yeah. Definitely.
I would
saying
love to see
coach
Danilo
versus
out
coach?
there. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We
Well, Jim, that sounds like a great
Mute
idea.
us, yeah. I'm just joking.
no.
I think that would blow the roof off the house if we got our whole dojo would come.
Oh, dude, 1,000,000%. So I guess podcast. We got you here at special occasion. We'll just say it. We tried to get Danilo on this last one, but he was nursing. I wouldn't say what kind of injury, even if I remembered, but I don't remember. But he was nursing some kind of
Probably
injury.
his back.
Maybe, yeah. Here, I'm not gonna say what it is. Brad's like, it's definitely. Anyway.
Yeah, his back locks up on him. There's nothing. He was supposed to go do a jiu-jitsu thing for some military guys, and he was getting on the plane, and his back locked up. He couldn't go. He had to not go.
Yeah, that's brutal, dude. Back injuries are just insane.
Right.
My uncle broke his back terribly in a coal mining accident. My dad broke his back. So like I've seen my family, the males in my family, deal with back injuries, and it's like nothing else.
I
When it's
think we
bad,
should
it's done.
definitely ask Danilo again.
Hey, if Danilo's feeling down, like we had a good matchup for him too. I think people would have been very, very excited about it. It was Chris Dempsey. I'll just tell you, it was Chris Dempsey versus Danilo. Like,
Nice.
how sick would that have been?
Sick.
So I'm just saying, December 15th, if you're feeling good, Danilo, and Dempsey's feeling good, I think that would be pretty insane. Pretty insane to see.
It'd be pretty insane.
If you were handing out meat bucks for Sprawl and the Berg, who would have got them? Let's be clear. This is
man.
purely hypothetical. You're not getting meat.
So, if I'm being 100% honest, I fell asleep for the last two matches.
No,
the main
Two of the
event.
best.
The best fight.
That
But,
dad life set in.
but again, the meat life too. I got to get up and go
Dude,
to work
sick.
at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pick. I don't think I could pick. I'm very partial to the Addison's match
For
right
sure.
off the bat with the mounted triangle.
For sure.
Oh, he was like such a technician.
Yeah.
And everybody was very impressive.
Addison is a savage.
Who would you guys pick there?
I mean, Alex Hudick from Stout with that back triangle armbar. That's a sick way to finish somebody.
Not
tough.
an inverted.
Yeah, reverse.
Hey now,
what did
Jim.
you? What did you?
Some of us have to make fly decisions to tell Drew Shannon what the move
I think
was.
he had inverted, reversed, double back,
right backflip.
overhand, reverse
Right.
triangle.
Yep, that was it.
Something like
you
that,
nailed it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like an Olympic gymnast. Yeah, Alex would be a strong contender. Who else? I can't. I mean, that was like the submission of the night for me, for sure. So I would probably give it to him. Gray Maynard, obviously, like that performance was crazy. Him and Isaac as a match, like that was probably the match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
That had such a special feeling to it. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
All the other matches, of course, high level, such experienced, such exciting guys to watch. But the atmosphere of Gray versus Isaac was like It was just a tension for 10
Oh,
minutes.
you could feel it in the
It
air, the
was
tension.
crazy.
You know, everybody backing Isaac was on the edge of their seat. It was definitely something that was palpable. You could feel it, and
Yeah.
Well, except if you're and you fall asleep over
yeah,
there.
When Isaac started to turn the tables late, dude, that place was coming to life. Like, they were willing him to pull out the upset at the last minute, but obviously lost the decision. But
Well,
it was still
I went to bed after Travis. I couldn't. That was
Okay, so
brutal,
before
man.
the-
great. Yeah,
mission.
dude. Yeah,
He was
yeah,
our
yeah.
last guy to go, and I was a little confused, and I was like, "Oh man, I just went to bed."
Yeah, so, well, let's talk about that too, because I think a lot of people at home didn't know the rules maybe
Yeah.
as well. So we were very clear beforehand that slams were going to be legal. That was going to be one of the things that set us apart from most other grappling shows, a little more of a brutal element to it. But after that happened with Ron and Travis, we immediately, like, the next day pretty much had a meeting, and we're like, all right, no more power bombs.
Yeah.
Like, if you get a hard takedown that, like, resembles a slam, that's fine. But if somebody pulls guard, you can't just pick them up
Right.
and power bomb them again. Like, nobody liked that result. You know, we didn't like it. No, Ron didn't even like it.
No.
You know, nobody was happy with the way that went. So, yeah, we're eliminating that in the future.
Not his fault. It was the it
Yeah,
was the
I mean,
rules.
it
don't
was
wanna take
legal.
away
It
from
was,
Ron.
yeah.
I don't want to take away either. And,
Yeah,
it was the rules, so
Right.
rules are rules. But that was brutal, man.
Like,
Oof.
Ron got his submission bonus and everything because, like we said, we literally had a rules meeting before the show and clearly explained, like, guys, slams are legal.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people were asking too, and they're like, all right, so if I got him in a triangle, he can pick me up and slam me out of the triangle. We're like, yes, that's exactly what we're saying. So everybody knew.
Okay.
It was totally fair, and even Travis himself afterwards was like, I knew what I was getting myself into. Should have let go.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
so
just-
even
it is what it is.
even that is a question of, you know, in the UFC, one of the rules is you're not allowed to spike intentionally opponents on the head, but it is legal for submission escapes. So if we are talking about escaping a triangle choke, the line becomes a little bit gray. You could talk about, oh, is he escaping the submission here? And in that case, should it be legal? But, you know, in the case of Ron and Travis, it was a full guard.
It's like 2
You know,
seconds into the fight.
It was, yeah,
Full
and,
guard.
and that's unfortunate because both those guys trained so hard.
Right.
And, you know, it ended in favor of one gentleman, but
Yeah.
neither really got to show off
Right.
everything they've been working on.
That was, you know, obviously besides Travis getting injured, which was the worst case scenario, is we just didn't get to see them grapple, and that
Right.
would have been a sick match. Like, I was really excited to see how they would match up. So
It looked good coming. He pulled guard nice.
yeah, it was a
He
nice
did.
guard pull.
It was.
But yeah, I mean that's the game. They just like MMA, that you know what you sign up for when you step in that cage, man. That's always a possible result. So what would have been your pick for Meat Bucks at Sprawl?
probably Max.
Oh,
They, you
yeah,
know, 1
yeah,
second
yeah.
left and he gets the sub.
Yeah,
And then, you know, like for me, that probably
1
would have been maybe fight of the night, grappling match of the night. What do we call it?
yeah.
Fight of the
Match of the night. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
night? You know,
Contest of the evening.
Roby,
that is a little fancier.
Max and Roby and Max.
I was having a ball with that.
He was super impressive too.
I see.
Stepped up pretty quick. Like that was what, 2 days?
Yeah, that was
Before?
like 2 days notice for those
Yeah.
guys. So Max had been wanting on the card the entire time, so we knew, like, if he's a high level black belt, it was going to be hard to just find somebody on a whim. But then Roby stepped up and was like, "Yeah, I want that one." All right, sweet, put it together. Roby looked really good, man. It was a 10-minute match instead of a 6-minute match. That was Max's request, and Roby was like, "I could tell after 6 minutes I was done, dude. Like, that's all I had. I wasn't ready for a 10-minute
Yeah.
match." So it is what it is. We got the big cheese Ryan Middleton watching at home on Facebook. I see his comment. "These dudes are so cool," he says. We're pretty cool. Brad's pretty cool. I don't know about us, but
You guys are
I
pretty
appreciate
cool.
the kind words.
I don't know. It's pretty hot in here.
By the way,
so
it
let's
is
say
hot.
we're cool.
Thank
It is
God
hot.
he's not here.
Yeah. Could you imagine if he was here? Danny Palm. Mikeless Danny
Please
Palm,
don't fire me,
unfortunately.
Ryan.
Who's your Sprawl in the Berg match of the night, Meat Bucks of the night?
Probably Hudic.
Yeah.
I thought the main event was awesome too.
Dude.
It was so high level in my opinion.
Definitely, definitely. So he thinks Hudic as well. Wow, I'm on watching the Facebook stream for comments, and it picked up Danny Palm in the captioning. It was captioning him. That's
Nice.
impressive. So Yeah, he's picking Alex Hudick as well. And the main event, PJ and Dante, was just.
Danny's
so
never
cool.
been caught on camera, has he? Only.
Were you on the
voice
Fight
captions.
Companion?
A little bit, yeah. I put
Yeah,
on
yeah,
myself
yeah.
A little bit. I was on the hot sauce challenge a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The hot sauce challenge. That was his, like, celebrity moment, dude.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one, Brad? The hot sauce? Are you a hot sauce guy?
I think I saw. Was that on Instagram? I think I saw like a clip of it.
Yeah. So Danny, after we were done, Danny just started literally taking every bottle. And dude, we had some crazy like smoked Carolina Reaper sauces. Like there were some legit hot sauces at the end. He was literally chugging all of them, like
Really?
just chugging them.
I was drenched in sweat. It was beautiful.
Yeah, he was like you, and you walked
Yeah.
in today for sure.
Nice.
He was just drenched and like taking it though. I couldn't believe it. I was literally blown away.
You're different.
He is built different, as the kids say.
I'll go
Iron
on,
gut.
I'll go
It
on
hits
record.
different, Jim.
That was my favorite podcast to go back and edit. And,
I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah. Definitely. Dylan, did you say your pick for Meat Bucks at Sprawl?
I mean, it
Hypothetical?
seems to be the popular thing to do, say Hudick. I guess I'll throw a different hat out there. There's a lot to go from. I don't want to say Jermaine Moore. I don't want to
You
say.
can. He
I
was
can.
great.
To see him back in the 247 cage was special. I'll go out and I'll say Teasdale to get his revenge on Freddie Rodriguez, even
That's a good
though he didn't find the finish that night. Totally different fight from, well, I guess contest from his first time going against Freddie
Right.
Rodriguez. Looked a lot more composed, looked so comfortable in there. And there were a lot of question marks because of how well
Definitely.
Freddie did the first time.
Yeah, dude.
So Teasdale to go out and do what he did, I think deserves some recognition for
Is
sure.
there a rumor of a rubber match happening between those two in
There-
the 247 cage again?
It's been
Huh?
discussed.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's been discussed. Definitely nothing super
What do you
firm
say,
there, but
matchmaker?
I'm just
Oh,
I'm
Overlord
asking
Jim
if
Mooney?
it's a rumor. Yeah.
It is a rumor.
Okay.
I like that
Rumor.
rumor.
It's a confirmed rumor.
It's a confirmed rumor. Let's go with it.
That's awesome. All right, so shifting gears a little to the fist fights that were on Saturday, where
Nice.
you and your crew showed up there. I mean, where do we even start with that one? I'll segue us a little bit. Let's start with the social media winners, who we said two guys ran away. Lucas Siebert and Glenn Christner on social media were by far the most voted for guys. So we'll start the Meat Bucks discussion there. Just keep that in the back of your minds, viewers. Like I said, that's not the be-all, end-all of the pick, but it's going to play a factor. Whenever you look at this card, Brad, what stood out to you?
Well, I was excited for the Siebert fight because since I started watching the 247 events, I think that's when Siebert started. I feel like I've seen every fight, and he's been the same fighter every fight. Super confident, super smooth. They call him the sniper. The kid's a sniper. He can grapple, he can wrestle, he can punch, he can do it all. He's slick in that cage. I love watching him fight. I think we were talking before, and I said, "Oh, I didn't know if that was Siebert's best fight. I knew he would have a better knockout in the future.
Right.
I think maybe one." And then I rewatched them. Man, he's so good. I love watching that kid go. All those title fights were good.
Yeah, dude.
I thought for sure Miguel was going to win, and Jacob Wiggins really showed up to fight.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. Credit to Jacob Wiggins. That was
For
amazing.
sure.
Yeah.
Dude was ready.
And
Survived the early onslaught too.
Megan,
So many double
who's
legs.
that guy?
Dude.
Stud.
Both of those guys are just studs, man. Like, those guys, if
He
they...
might be the most ripped person I've ever seen walking on earth.
Yeah, dude. He was... So, Magan fought at 185 once, didn't he? Which does not make any sense at all.
Yeah, I could. They were trying to tell me that was like a 185 fight. I was like, that guy's what?
Yeah,
no way.
No
way.
No way. So he was with, I don't know if you remember, I don't think you were there, when James Alito came in to spend his meat bucks.
Okay.
Magan
Yeah,
was with
he
him.
was in
that
the
day.
picture,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so it was funny because technically they had both fought at 185, but you see them beside each other and they're like 3 weight classes apart. Like Magan is just a different kind of specimen for sure.
But like you just said, Lato, my God.
Dude, beast again.
What did he finish in 30
Yeah,
seconds?
yeah, literally, it was like prom night. I mean,
With probably like the right.
yeah, dude. That should be instead of Las Vegas. That should be his name,
Yeah.
James Prom Night.
There you
Lido.
go. There you go. Yeah,
Dude.
he's something. He's like watching Khabib go out there and wrestle people.
It's
He's
nuts.
strong.
He's become a fan favorite in the Homestead household with my dad. My dad's a big James Lido fan. He's like, when's that pit wrestler fighting again? I need to see him again.
Right.
The good news for Dad and James Lido fans, now he's 3-0. He's going to qualify for advanced rules.
Nice.
Changes
See
everything.
some James Lido ground and pound.
Ground and
nice.
pound from James Lido coming up.
How do
yeah.
you say that in a Pittsburgh accent? Ground
and pound.
Ground round, yeah, ground and pound.
James got a good Pittsburgh accent.
There was a lot of people that impressed me actually.
This card was super hard to pick, man. Really.
I texted myself while I was there. I didn't want to forget, but that Logan pistol
Yeah, dude.
Fink.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Insane
He
comeback.
impressed me big time.
The
Great
comeback.
fighter.
Yeah, the
And
comeback.
that was a rematch too of a fight that happened earlier. We didn't know who would take the upper hand in the second bout, and he survived an early storm. Drew Landefeld was game, and he just came back.
He was my
Special.
first pick for Meat Bucks. And
I remember when I
and the
texted you,
rest
yeah.
of the
And then other
and then
fights
the fights happened. But yeah, no, I want to give him some credit because he definitely caught my eye. Same with Chase Boyd. That
Insane.
He came to play ball.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, this is so tough. All these fighters are great. Even the guys that didn't win, tons of credit to them for even stepping in that ring and giving
Yeah,
it their all.
dude.
I don't think anybody didn't belong there. Everybody went in and fought as hard as they could. They
Yeah.
put on a show for everybody there.
So because Strip District Meats is this, giving away these meat bucks, every time you mention someone's name, that fighter is now on the edge of their seat until the actual announcement, thinking
Right.
that gives it some credence.
Well, they can
to
all
what
come
did.
shop down at Strip District Meats. The more
Yeah.
they shop, hey, the better chance they got of winning meat bucks,
We're saying.
Unofficial rule.
right?
You maybe in the future you don't have to win to get the meat bucks. You just got to be a loyal customer. But yeah, we need to put, I think, a couple more guys on the edge of their seat though, because James Padmore had an early knockout of the year contender.
My God.
like that could stand in the 247 awards as knockout of the year.
Definitely.
And Noah Gaudiello looked amazing in his debut for sure. Glenn Christner and Caprice Hall fight to a draw in a total bang 'em up war. Like we were.
Every one of his fights are the same.
I know he's
It's
the
like
most fun.
a gladiator
That's all awesome.
fight.
He's like our Justin Gaethje right now. Like
Yeah.
when you book Glenn Christner, like it's just going to be
Yeah,
chaos.
a war.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in for battle.
He's so tough and just all offense. And
He's always smiling.
yeah. yeah.
If you've never had the chance to meet Glenn Christner,
Yeah, you're
go out of
missing
your
out.
way and meet him.
I will
because
try. I think I
he's
may
a
have
pleasant
fist pumped
human.
him after one of his fights because it's so impressive watching him go in there and just throw blows back and forth
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah, and not to just plug the podcast, but I highly recommend going back in time and watching the Glenn Christner podcast.
Oh, okay.
He was so crazy. Dude, he told me, was it 6, Danny Pump? He
6.
drinks 6 Bang Energy drinks a day.
Wow.
6.
I
And I'm
used
like,
to be that
you
way. I
should
can't do that
die.
anymore.
6?
No.
You
hell
okay,
no.
I was going to say,
I
because
used to drink a lot of energy drink.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
do them anymore.
like 2 a day gets me feeling wacky. Like
Yeah.
if I crack a second one, it's like, that wasn't good. I shouldn't
Right.
have done that.
You're like, am I
6?
just going to get a headache
Yeah,
here? Or?
right, right. 6 is a totally different level.
Yeah.
So definitely some contenders. Dylan Cole, I want to get your opinion. First off, Ryan says you're wearing the worst outfit ever, and quite frankly, I kind of agree.
I agree.
Hey,
Yeah, he's not.
followers watching along might think this is an AJ Brown jersey. Oh, don't be mistaken.
Oh, it's a Carson Wentz. I didn't
we're
even know that this whole time. I thought it was AJ
We're going
Brown.
with the classics.
Wow, the
Not that long ago,
Super Bowl
classic.
Yeah, that's not
winning.
going
Yeah,
back
he
very
has
far.
half as many rings as Big Ben, so keep that in mind.
Wow.
Big Ben has one more ring than Carson Wentz.
Also, Nick Foles won that Super Bowl for you.
Well, there's a reason he has the statue.
Crickets.
Anyway, the
Anyways.
Eagles fan. So listen, he's an Eagles fan. Take his opinion on the meat bucks with a grain of salt. But who do you got?
Philly's got some good meat. Anyway, or so they say. I don't know. Who's my take on the meat bucks? I mean, goodness me, gentlemen.
Goodness me.
Do we have a task on our hands? We
It's true.
fought, tussled, and toiled and burned that midnight oil. I screwed up. Whatever. We'll move on.
Dang, he tried to
But-
go Chael Sonnen on us or
Yeah.
something.
But
Good attempt.
if I really personally had to pick one, I gotta go forward and say Lucas the Sniper Siebert separated himself from the pack, and it was a crowded pack. Like, we really cannot emphasize that enough. But Siebert to do what he did to Cam Allgaier was an incredibly special performance, considering Cam's obvious incredible credentials and whatnot. To go out there and win all 3 rounds, I mean, the first one was close, but to clearly win 2 and 3 and then arguably win all 3 and do it with the poise and the confidence and just the bravado, that Lucas
Yeah.
Siebert bravado that he carries with him, it's special. And that was like really the coming out party of like Siebert has arrived. Like, this is the new school and we're taking over. My vote's Lucas Siebert.
That was a nice breakdown, Dylan. I mean, you said it all right there.
Maybe I need more of these.
I think I agree. Yeah, what happened to the Busch Light? He was drinking Busch Light Pounders before we started, by the way.
I said I wanted to be more loose, and I think I got tighter. Like, I went the other way. I don't know.
You passed the point, yeah. Do you need another Mickey's yet there, Brad? You good?
I'm close.
All right.
Please
all right.
let me know. I'm the
You know,
new guy.
nobody-
I'm over here.
I didn't flip my page on here. I'm looking at my notes here. Nobody talked about Cowboy Eddie.
Oh, Cowboy Eddie deserves talked about for sure. That was a ridiculous
Now-
performance.
When I'm watching these fights, some fighters set themselves apart. They look like professionals out there. I mean, Lucas Siebert's one. Every time he gets out there, he just looks like he belongs there. He
Yeah.
looks like he's ready to go to the UFC. Same with Cowboy Eddie.
Just they move differently.
He's got a character. He got a cowboy hat. He's got music.
Yep.
He comes out to the ring, and his opponent was no slouch. Colton
Yeah,
Musgrove.
Colton's a
Colton,
beast,
yeah.
dude. We
Cowboy
love
Eddie
Colton.
just put it on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was,
I love watching Cowboy Eddie perform out there.
couldn't agree more, man. We did talk about that beforehand, and I think Colton's teetering on dropping to 145 in the
Okay.
future, which I think would make sense for him. And I think Cowboy Eddie was the fight where he realized that, because Eddie's like a legit. He could probably fight at 170.
Yeah.
like he's a big
He's a
155.
big
He's
boy.
like a UFC sized 155.
Yeah.
If he can make it though,
Yeah.
you know, and he's got no problems. 155 is where he needs to stay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1,000,000%. Like, he's optimized there. He's got the strength, the speed, the power. Like, everything's there if he can make it.
Yeah.
He did miss weight. Asterisk. Gotta say it. Gotta
Did
say
he?
it.
Barely.
Barely missed weight, but he missed. I'm just saying.
Allegedly.
You get to those high levels, you gotta make weight, bro. Stay off the boats.
What was that?
gotta
was
rip
that
on him a little bit.
before or after? that-
I think it was
that little
both.
boat
I think it's
trip?
before and
Yeah.
after. He
That was funny.
That's
I will
where he
say,
cuts weight.
I think I saw on his Instagram he was cutting weight, riding a bike, and eating a sandwich.
Yeah,
Right?
that was awesome. Dude, that was a great video. Like you said, he's a good character, man. He's got a great personality. His ceiling is really high.
I
It's as
think
high as
so.
anybody's
I
in the
agree.
city right now. Yeah.
His talent is something.
Yep. He's pretty special, man. Definitely a good shout out for him. I kind of forgot about that one too. I was peeking at your card too to remind myself.
Yeah.
But it is crazy looking back at. I see you've like starred the finishes and
Yeah.
so there were so many, like literally half the card, dude. On a different event, like so many of these guys could have won the meat bucks.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just all happened to be competing on the same night, which is unfortunate for them. And I wish we could give out to everybody, but we all got jobs.
It
We all-
makes it more special that one gets it,
I
right?
totally agree.
I like
totally
it.
agree.
For-
So,
Are we
go.
voting?
I think we can vote now. We've thoroughly. Do you actually, Jim? Do you have anything to add? We didn't really get your input yet.
For me, the highlight of that night was actually Friday when we got the last of the paperwork in. So I was just happy that everybody got their paperwork and medicals in, and then I was good for the weekend. It didn't matter what happened.
I think Jim's saying he deserves the meat bucks, Brad. I think that's
He
what-
does, for
I want
sure.
to cut in and like, how could we forget Kyle Zimick in the main event?
Dude.
Right.
Yeah, literally. How could we forget that one? That was an amazing performance. Showed a lot of what we expected from him, and that was one of the best versions of Justin Patton I've seen in a while too, man.
I feel like Justin Patton's similar to Lucas Siebert in a way where I thought he had it before the fight even started, and that guy came in, beat him. I was very impressed. I'd love to give him the meat bucks, but I don't think he wants to fly back from Wisconsin to go shopping.
We'll mail him a steak in like a little box.
Yeah, that's what I should do. But
Wisconsin's
that was
got good
very
beef.
impressive.
They got good
Cheese.
good beef and cheese up
Yeah.
there, right? Yeah. He's doing all right. But yeah, Kyle, don't think we didn't notice and see he got a lot of people on Instagram as well to come out and support him. So, man, he and his team were great to work with. That finish was
Yeah,
crazy.
and what a fight.
Yeah.
Up to that
the
finish.
fight was sick. We discussed
Unbelievable exchanges.
Yeah, so we were discussing the fight of the night that night, not for Meat Bucks purposes, but just in general. Like, what do you think was the fight of the night? Really hard to pick, but Patton Zimic is definitely near the top. If
We
not the top.
did
It's a
decide
tough
who
debate.
that was, and that post is coming soon as well.
Coming soon, fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Presented by Sunny Days In-Home Care, the best in the business. Sunny Days is awesome.
No. Did
But
you hit that?
all right, let's.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead, Jim.
Before we go any further, I just wanted to say something with what you said,
Please.
and that's about Siebert. So I somewhat disagree with you when you say that, like, that was the coming out party for Siebert, and that's where he separated himself. And this isn't like a knock against his opponents, but Lucas, in my opinion, in watching him, with his debut, and the couple times that he's been in the 247 cage, he's always set himself apart. He's not this guy that elevated his game. That's where his game has been, and he just had that opportunity to put it on display.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Luke Payson prior to that night, and Luke brought up the fact that Siebert's nickname is a sniper, and he said, I find that really interesting that his nickname is a sniper, but I've never really seen that. He's got good reach, but where do we get to see that? He's a good wrestler, we know that. And I said, well, he's never really had that type of opponent where he could put that on display. And I said Cam is that guy, because Cam's game is every bit as good as Lucas. So what's going to separate them is being able to establish control of the distance game, and that's where the sniper came in.
That's an excellent point, and I have to disagree. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say
We're going to talk about this after the podcast.
Dylan.
I'll say, I like what I really noticed was this. Obviously, Siebert always was this incredible prospect, like what could be.
That's not what you said before.
Whoa.
You said he separated himself from the pack in that fight, which meant the other fights that he had, he was still part of the pack.
Whoa.
That's what I'm going with.
Jim,
We've
whoa.
established
You're
that.
burying me.
Lucas,
Roasted.
you
I
hear what
think-
he's saying about
Boom,
you, Lucas.
roasted. Lucas, you should
Lucas, please.
please.
I love you, Luke.
Leg
not
kick
like
He does
that,
not. He does not.
But I picked him. But
He's like, please don't hit me, Lucas.
my guard isn't that good.
So
Well, I think with Lucas, like if you go back and watch his bout with, his debut with us, Andy Sudu, and then you watch his fights, like in between and everything, like we saw all these things like come together.
I was
I'm all over the place.
I was
but-
laughing super hard at first because Dylan, for anybody watching, obviously you wouldn't know this being around Dylan as much as we are. He will be wrong more than anybody you have ever seen, but think he's right when it's blatantly fact checked wrong. But he'll double down. This guy will literally triple down on being wrong. Like, no, it's this, and we're like, Dylan, literally, I promise that's not what happened. And he's like, no, I'm telling you, it's great. So whenever you started debating, I'm like, dude, Dylan's never wrong. You know this. But I wanted to read Wilkins's comment on Instagram about Lucas because we took votes on Instagram. For anybody not following us at 247 Fighting Championships, go ahead and do that. Then you can vote for the Meat Bucks. But Wilkins said, it's Lucas Siebert. It was a clean, professional-looking performance against an absolute stud. It's my job to find flaws in Lucas's game, and he made that very hard this fight. I thought that kind of said it all. When your coach says that
Yeah.
about your performance,
What coach is going to say that?
Right.
They always find a flaw.
They always
you know?
find something to nitpick that you need to get better at, and certainly they don't feel like Lucas is peaked or anything like that. I'm sure
Right.
they are working on plenty, but for him to come back after that and be like, in terms of what we expected and what we worked on, you pretty much executed flawlessly. Kind of says it all.
Yeah, when I rewatched the fight, I was like,
Yeah, what do you
Same
say
thing.
about that? What do you say about that?
whoa.
Yeah, and we can't really understate how good Cam is.
Right.
Cam is.
I didn't know anything
beast.
about Cam
Oh,
before.
dude.
I haven't been in
Yeah.
this as long, but I knew a lot about Lucas, and I just thought, oh man, Lucas usually beats the crap out of everybody.
Yeah. It was surprising, even for people I think that believed in Lucas, and I'm sure Mike would even admit this. That was like a 50-50 fight, or even in favor of Cam in a lot of eyes. Like that was a really hard fight for Lucas. So for him to go out and level up like he
Yeah.
did, crazy dude. But yeah, let's cast in a. Go ahead.
Yeah, do we gotta wait till he comes back?
Was it?
The wrong person?
I
Yeah.
thought he was the first one to vote already.
Dylan.
Are you voting for? Was that a vote for Lucas before you left? Is that what that was? Was that an official vote cast for Lucas Siebert?
If we have one vote and we're picking one guy, my vote's Lucas Siebert. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
collectively one or individually one to come together as a collective vote?
What does that mean?
That's for you to decide.
My vote's for Lucas Siebert, but I have a feeling the Electoral College might override. So I don't know.
Danny Palm, what you got back there, bruh?
For me, it was far and away Lucas Siebert. Like that was for me performance of the night, fight of the night. Like I thought he looked the best out of anyone that night. I thought.
Cool. Danny Palm, far and away Lucas Siebert. 2-0 for the sniper.
So I want to just add something real quick because I'm assuming she's watching, but like it drove Jess crazy when we silenced last time. We talked about the mystery grappler. So that's what we should do is all put our votes in silently and then make an announcement.
That's pretty funny.
I don't like silent. I like
He doesn't
what we're
like
doing.
silent.
Well,
Okay.
no, we're talking, but
Yeah.
they can't hear. Just a joke, Jess.
That was funny though. She's too, dude. Your hint to her, by the way, was so.
Oh, that
Wait, what was
hilarious.
the
You're
hint?
talking about the picture.
All right, so on one of our, it may have been our Sprawl and Brawl recap podcast, but we had a moment in the podcast where Danny muted all of our mics and we discussed something off the record that was like a pretty big match for December, Sprawl in the Berg. And Jess Elizabeth from Stout, she competed at Sprawl in the Berg.
And
she-
sung the national anthem.
And she sang the national anthem.
I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
her and definitely
Nice.
gave her a fist bump
Sick.
because her performance at Sprawl in the Berg was nice.
It was
She's
sick.
super
she
awesome.
was
She's
awesome.
really good, man.
And then
Really
her
good.
voice
I know.
singing that national
even knew?
anthem,
Who knew?
everybody was floored.
That was
Everybody
sick.
at my table was like, "What?
That
was
just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she competed last night and won.
I was like, "Did she
What
just
a
hit a
savage.
vape pen?" And I was like, "No, that was a tuner, man. She's a real singer. That was
I
amazing."
didn't even notice that. That's awesome.
Just ripping fat clouds.
It's like, did Rob hit the fog machine or what just happened? But yeah, dude, she's a savage. But she was watching that podcast, and when it went silent, it drove her nuts. And she instantly DM'd the 247 account. Was like, "All right, guys, I'll keep a secret, but you got to tell me what you were talking about." And Jim was like, "I'll give you a hint." And he sent a picture. He was supposedly sending a picture of the athlete to give her the hint, but it was like just a white picture. It's like nothing
No,
in the
there's a
picture.
little more in
There's
there.
like
Yeah.
nothing there. I was like, "What is
It
that?"
was just smeared.
Yeah. It was like erased. Yeah. It was hilarious.
I
So
gotta see this picture.
yeah. He'll find it for sure.
Yeah.
Brad, let's skip to you while Jim's finding that and get your official vote for $100 at Strip District Meets.
So I sit front row and watch these fights, but I drink some beers and I have a good time like any other fan there. So I make sure that I go back on your website, buy the pay-per-view replay because I support you guys. Buy all your pay-per-views because I owe it to these fighters, I think, to watch and really make a strong decision on who deserves the meat bucks. Man, rewatching it, it's Lucas Siebert. I mean, he's a technician out there. He always impresses me, and winning the belt over a quality opponent, I got to vote for Lucas.
Yep, super fair pick. Did Ryan cast a vote before he left? Anybody? Did anybody hear who his vote was for? Ryan, if you're still watching, comment your vote.
It's a nice picture.
And if you're not watching, yeah, can you tell who that is, Brad? Who do you think's
Totally.
competing in December?
That's so
Mute,
nice.
and Brad's gonna tell us.
Let's drop a second hint. It's a
Oh, he did
I
it.
can't believe you
Nice.
did that.
Was perfect.
He muted it.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was.
Picture's so white, I thought it was just my thigh for a
But
second,
look,
but it's
if you
not.
see it right there,
Oh,
that
yeah.
totally gives it away.
Totally gives
How
it
should
away.
you not know that?
How can you
who
not
that is?
know?
Yeah,
how could you not know that that is a combat athlete?
Yeah,
right.
Clearly.
Totally.
Clearly a combat athlete. So like I said, I don't. Did Ryan vote before he left? He must have stopped watching.
He did.
Call
He doesn't support us.
Should we give him a
Call it
call?
live.
Call him. Yeah, call him, Dylan. See if he'll answer. And put your phone on speaker
Oh,
and
he
hold
just
it up to the mic.
commented.
There. Oh, nice. Are my comments not refreshing? That's not good.
Yeah, mine.
How
are.
many did I miss?
Jim,
Oh,
do,
okay.
do you
All right.
think
we're
we can
missing
match
a
a few
Ryan
Indio
combo.
guys in the next?
I'm working. Nobody wants to fight them. Yeah, it's
That
an
was
issue.
that was heartbreaking
I
being
know,
there
I
and not
know.
seeing any of my guys out there. I know. I would love to see Evan DeRucci up on a card or, Fluffy.
I hear you.
We're
yeah.
working on
We'd
that.
love all that. Just
We're working
as
on
much.
all
Oh
that.
man,
Hey, Danny, mute us real quick. Mute everybody. Yeah, now we
Okay.
are.
I was
Okay.
thinking the same thing.
Nice.
So there's a slight delay in getting confirmation from one side, and we understand. And so we're gonna pass it on to Danilo, let him know what's going on. But it's like with that team, it's like as close as you can get to 100% without it being
Good.
100%.
Yeah, yeah,
Good.
for sure. So Ryan did vote for Lucas, just to be clear. So that's 4 votes for Lucas. It really doesn't matter what we say at this point, Jim. But let's vote anyway. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So we talked about it at one point, and I talked about Glenn and Caprice, and so like for me that would probably be fight of the night because of the action pack,
Yeah.
totally
War,
intensity.
War of the Night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when you consider everything that was on the line, and to your point, even though that you were wrong with most of what you said, Dylan,
Come on, Jim.
there's a lot of pressure on both sides, both camps, both fighters. Both of them came out and didn't show that like they were on a big stage and all the lights were on them, and each of them performed well. But because of that setting and the outcome and the way that he looked, I got to go with Lucas Siebert.
Perfect. So we have a surprise for you, ladies and
Is
gentlemen.
this like
at
the
home.
same unanimous decision?
It
right
is.
here?
Dude,
Oh my
it is about to
goodness.
be
Should we make an
unanimous
official
decision.
announcement?
Yeah. We need Drew Shannon in here to announce this. But I do, because I don't want people watching to tune out thinking that Lucas just ran away with it. Because Brad, very generously, Strip District Meats, actually, spoiler alert, twist, donated 2 $100 gift cards for this. So, all along we've known this. We just didn't want you guys to know necessarily. We want to build a little suspense with that. So,
We said it was the last time.
Yeah.
I think we had a little confusion.
yeah.
This is probably the last time, though.
Yeah. No, it worked out perfectly this time. I love this. In the future, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll smooth it out in the
One
future.
winner in the future.
This is
Let's do that.
perfect. So Lucas, just to be clear, Lucas, you won $100 at Strip District Meats. Like, yes,
Yeah.
you won the meat bucks.
And a belt. You know, you
won the
got it
belt.
going on. You're undefeated.
Yeah. So Lucas, we got a shopping spree to film. So Lucas already texted me, kind of thinking he was going to win.
Oh.
Which, I mean, when you do what he did and you get all the votes on social
I
media,
like it.
Kind of obvious. But he was like, we should film the shopping, like film me shopping for meat and show what I pick out and stuff. So I love that. Like,
Oh,
let's
nice.
definitely make that happen. So he's already excited about that. We're going to do that. But since we got another 100 to pass out, I think a big component of the Meat Bucks is the social media vote.
I agree.
Like, there's a reason why we put it out there for us, and, in full disclosure, as Ryan loves when I say that, as our sponsor, we want you guys to get exposure too. So when we do that post, it's good for you guys. A lot of people are seeing your name and
It
understanding.
is great.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, Hunter will send me a little DM of the post and everything. By the time I see it, there's already 27 comments on it. I'm
Yeah.
like, geez, 100
Yeah.
some likes. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it blew up today again, and on Facebook too, which last time it didn't do well on Facebook, but this time it took off on Facebook, and that is largely because of, I'm just going to say it, this isn't a vote. This is a guy who's getting it for social media excellence, because that deserves to be rewarded. If we tell you to comment on a post, and you do, but there's no reward for that, what does that mean? You know,
Why would you comment
exactly,
again,
why
right?
would you want to comment again? So, because Glenn Christner, you turned up on social media so hard, you're getting the second $100 gift card.
And we
Let's go.
love you. I
Yeah.
mean, that dude is a beast.
Honestly,
He
like,
puts on a show. He comes out and fights anybody as hard as he can every night. I
Dude.
mean, I couldn't be more proud to give it to that guy. I
for real.
promise you.
We may have said it off air. I don't remember if that was off air or on the podcast itself, but I said he's like our Justin Gaethje. Like,
Yes.
when you book Glenn Christner, you know you're getting a banger. It doesn't matter who's across the cage from him.
I'm sure every time you match him with somebody, they're like, oh.
Especially now, he's got several fights of footage. It's like, oh man,
This
that-
guy, like, I've really got to hit him with a sledgehammer to knock him out, I think.
Yeah, like literally, I don't know what it's going to take to
Right.
finish Glenn at this point. He drinks 6 Bang energy drinks a day. That doesn't kill him.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it's going to take.
Yeah, get to his energy drinks. Maybe that's the key.
Maybe if you take away his Bang, you've taken away his life.
There you go.
Did he bring a case to weigh-ins or something? Somebody said.
He brought a case of Prime Energy. He gave me one. I drank it.
Bought a
Thank you.
How was
yeah,
how
okay.
was the
Hey,
Prime
well,
energy
still.
drink?
So
Quite good.
it was like the bomb pop one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I love that flavor.
My daughter wants that all the time.
I thought it was way better than like the actual drink.
Oh,
The energy
okay.
drink was
Sick. I have one of those at home that one of my friends he stayed over recently and left one there for me to try, and I haven't tried it yet because I suck. But
According
I
It's
do wanna try
amazing
it.
what they can do with these energy
Oh,
drinks. They're
dude.
like, oh, Swedish fish. Tastes like you're
Literally
eating
tastes
Swedish
like-
fish.
Yes, that
and there's
ghost-
nothing in it. You're
I
like,
know.
what?
How's there no sugar?
According
No.
to Glenn, though, it was the worst Prime Energy flavor. So he brought us the worst one.
Well, that's
Thanks, Glenn.
Thanks, Glenn. You still get $100 at Strip District Meats, though, bro. So there's that. And yeah, like, just to be extremely clear on that, because obviously it takes 2 to tango, and Caprice Hall was extremely down to bank. Like, you can't have a fight of the night type performance without
Right.
both guys being invested. But this second Strip District Meats gift card is solely based on that social media engagement. So that's what the reward is there. Yeah, dude.
But
very
great
well earned.
fight for
Yeah.
both
Oh,
fighters.
dude, that fight's amazing.
To turn
and-
out a draw, I mean, that's got to be a little bit.
Can we just rematch
Yeah.
that like 4, 5?
It'll probably be
8
another
more
draw.
times?
Dylan, mute the mic stand. No. But yeah, yeah. Dylan. yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I didn't know.
What does he know? Jim, what does Dylan know?
Look at what he's wearing.
true,
Yeah.
true.
There's
Is
the
anybody
answer.
surprised?
I'm on your side. I'm just
I know
saying.
that the worst team won the Super Bowl this year.
Wow.
Dylan is
clearly.
not dumb. He's just stupid.
I want to see Patrick Mahomes versus Jeff Magan. Could we book that?
Oh,
I would watch that
yeah, I
for
would,
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, who would be the best? Who would be your dream professional athlete to see like one MMA fight out of them? Any sport, any athlete, any era in their prime. Like, who would you have most liked to see with one fight?
Ray Lewis.
Yeah, that's a killer. Oh, I didn't even
James
no,
Harrison.
no pun intended. I really didn't mean it like that. I really didn't mean it like that. But then I did. But James Harrison.
I was
mean,
just gonna say
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Them two.
against each
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Let's make that happen, Jim.
I want to see Bobby Kasparov, chess aficionado. Like, I think he'd bring a lot to the cage.
We could do that.
He'd be great at jiu-jitsu, I bet. You know?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is often compared to chess. So.
For sure. I think Ray Lewis versus James Harrison at Sprawl in the Berg 2 needs to happen.
I do.
If we can just put that out to the universe. Like, Ray still looks like he's in shape. James Harrison
James is
still in shape.
definitely still in
Spoiler
shape.
alert. Spoiler, guys.
Yeah, actually, Jess, when we muted our mics,
Yeah.
that's what we were talking about. But
Oh, tell her, come on. Now she's gonna look at the
Now
picture
she
and she's
gets
like,
it.
how did I not know?
clearly Ray Lewis. Danny Palm, one athlete, past or present, in his prime, you would love to see in the cage.
So the first thing that comes to my
Jordan Burroughs. I mean, that's a very obvious pick, and I love it. I love everything about the Jordan Burroughs pick. I think his style of wrestling would translate to MMA extremely well. It's has he? I'm sure he's talked about it. Has he eliminated that, or is that a possibility?
So I think he did eliminate it, but then there was like one point he did an interview and was like, "I want to do one fight before I'm done," but I think his wife shot it down.
Yeah, fair.
Apparently, there's a Steeler. Just came from, I think, the Eagles. He's been training at True Believer
Whoa!
all summer.
If you give me like 5 minutes, I could probably get it.
Is it the new guard?
I'm not
Isaac
100%
Ciamolo?
sure who he is, but the guy that owns Brillo Box, Lou Hicks, was in today, and he goes to True Believer, and we were talking a little bit,
Nice.
and he told me, yeah,
That's pretty sick.
Sweet.
If it is that guy, he's an offensive guard, and
Yes.
he's giant.
yes,
So
and
that,
so like to have those skills, I mean,
that's got to be huge for him,
Didn't
man.
want to give him up. I'll tell you that.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good for
Pretty
him.
cool.
It's kind of NFL players are a pretty easy pick, but I would honestly go with like for me the pick would be somebody like LeBron because he's like
I knew you were gonna say that.
Super
dude,
athlete.
he's 265, which is perfect heavyweight limit, and 6'8" with that kind of speed and athleticism and length. Like if you could train that, it would be. How what are
I'm
you
just
gonna do?
not a
What are you gonna
LeBron
do?
fan for some reason.
Yeah, why could
I'm
that
like a
be?
Jordan fan, you
Dude.
know, or like a Kobe fan.
Yeah.
It seems
I mean,
to be
those-
the
those-
debate.
for sure.
But I mean, in this era, LeBron is. I mean,
Yeah.
how can you not
Yeah.
give him
Got a
credit?
comment saying, and this is funny that someone said this because me and Dylan were talking about this yesterday. But someone said, "Why is nobody saying Kurt Angle?"
Ooh,
Kurt Angle.
from the
Yeah.
Berg.
Sprawling the bird too.
Posed that officially in the word
Because he'd
slap.
murder everybody.
I mean, at his peak, come on, he would have been sick.
He could still hang, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I don't want that smoke. That's for sure.
Absolutely
No
not.
thanks.
And Kurt Angle, you get to talk one of the most legendary wrestlers of all time to compete in pro.
Pro wrestling.
Yeah, pro wrestling, like
Olympic
put on
wrestling.
some
Olympic
legendary
champ.
matches
Yeah.
with a
Olympian.
broken freaking neck. Did anyone mention that yet? With a broken freaking neck,
Nice.
won that gold medal.
Who? Where
Bo
did-
Nickel can't even get on the Olympic team, and Kurt Angle won an Olympic championship.
Yeah. What Bo's done very early, he's crazy.
Right.
What a start to his career. Yeah, I would have to think about it more. I don't know that LeBron would be my ultimate pick, but that's just from a size perspective, he would be crazy to see in that.
I was thinking.
I
you
think
guys
Padmore would knock him out.
Probably, honestly. Dude, probably.
if Padmore's right hand connects with anybody,
Right.
they're going.
I
down.
mean, literally, if they had to fight tomorrow, I would put money on Padmore
I
for
would,
sure.
100%.
Easily.
I would not want to get in the ring with that guy.
No.
Nope.
what if we pick someone we don't like? Like you would probably pick like Joe Burrow. Like you want to
No.
see Joe Burrow versus.
I don't want to see Joe Burrow get hurt, but
But do
He
you want
would.
to see him get like knee barred? Or
But like Vontez, perfect.
oh yeah, Vaughn,
What about
that's a good
Sneebar?
one. That's
I'd
a
pay-
good one. Ooh,
I'd
get-
pay good money to see Dak Prescott versus Brock Lesnar. Like, I think it would be real competitive.
I saw Le'Veon Bell and Vontez Burfict beefing about boxing, and because Le'Veon's been
You've
pretty
seen
decent
him box,
boxing,
right? He
like,
boxed AP
Adrian Peterson,
and knocked
yeah.
him out.
It was
didn't
a
he?
good knockout.
Yeah,
like,
it
dude, it
was.
was
Did you see
clean.
what Perfect's response was?
Yeah. He's like, we won't box, but I'll meet you in the cage.
He said something about meeting him on the golf course.
Oh, on the golf course.
Same thing.
I
don't
saw
know. How
something
could you
about
get
it.
those
I
confused?
thought
Yeah.
Vontez winning it in MMA, so I was like, well, we're going to Cincinnati. Like, let's do Burfict versus Bell.
We should. Does he still have
to see
ties
if Bell
there?
can get back on the
I'm
team.
sure. Yeah.
He wants to come back, I hear.
Dude, he does badly, you can tell. But
He's-
what a waste, right?
Yeah.
Like how sad is that? He was
I understand why he wanted more money and all that, but
yeah.
you
yeah,
should
same,
have just stayed and kept taking your 50 carries a game.
Couldn't agree more.
I
Dude,
didn't know he wanted more money. I just thought he wanted to play for the Jets, who were red hot at the time.
Yeah, that's definitely so. There are people, honestly, Steelers fans. I'm sure Dylan's like a late adopter NFL fan as well to the Eagles. So, Dylan, I would encourage you and anybody out there who like talks trash on Le'Veon, go to YouTube and type in Le'Veon Bell highlights. You got to see him
Oh,
at his
no
peak.
doubt,
He
no
was
doubt.
he
for
was
the
unbelievable.
Steelers, he
Dude,
was the best.
unbelievable.
We just got
The day he left us, it was the day his career ended.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
got another comment from Nicholas Starhart. He was the one that made the Kurt Angle comment. He
Nice.
said, "Fun pro wrestling fact: WWF's Brawl for All tournament was created because numerous people backstage wanted to see John Bradshaw Layfield get his ass kicked."
Okay.
I don't know if
Dude,
you guys have
I know about
watched
that. I know what that is.
No.
Yeah, that it was. They did a legitimate boxing tournament in WWE, and
Like, not scripted.
That's
Yeah, it was
incredible.
pretty bad for them, to be honest.
Dude.
Their top guys were just getting knocked out. Like,
And the winner of the Brawl for All tournament fought in a boxing match against Butterbean
What?
at
What?
WrestleMania.
At
Did Butterbean
WrestleMania.
kill
He got
him?
knocked out.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
It was Bart Gunn. He
Dude.
knocked out John Bradshaw Layfield, and then he got killed by Butterbean.
Dude, Butterbean was good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he-
Oh,
Yeah, MMA
Power, bro.
experience.
That's
boxing
Padmore
experience.
versus LeBron right there.
Yep.
That's Padmore versus
Butterbean
LeBron.
and Bart Gunn.
Somebody who knows what they're doing versus
Oh,
somebody
my
who does
goodness.
not.
Mm-hmm.
Butterbean.
Yeah, I guarantee you Padmore beats LeBron
Oh, dude,
James.
definitely. There's no doubt.
Not
my
in
mind.
basketball, but
No, I don't.
Just to
Padmore might be
emphasize.
nice at basketball, but no, there's
Yeah.
no chance there. So there is a better chance of LeBron beating Padmore at MMA than there is Padmore beating LeBron at basketball, though.
yes,
I think that's
I
fair
agree.
to say.
I'd agree.
There could be a lucky punch
Yeah.
for sure.
I doubt it, but
No.
you know, maybe.
I want to know Padmore's strategy in that fight. Do you?
I
even
think there
try
could
to
be a
knock him
lucky
out?
shot better than a lucky punch.
His
to be-
strategy was
Jim, make that noise again, please.
That sounded
That's
awesome.
so cool.
Wasn't
Another
he
replay.
fighting a guy that was a knockout artist?
Yeah, dude.
Adam
Well, you know
Caldwell.
what? I like
Caldwell,
that
yeah.
Adam
Oh,
Caldwell
me too,
guy
dude.
just about as much as I like Glenn
Yeah.
Christner.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the way he goes in there. He kind of looks.
He's
He's
really
super
relaxed,
calm.
man. Yeah,
Yes, I like him a
Yeah, dude.
lot.
Yeah, absolute piston of a jab.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Adam Caldwell.
Yes.
High level jab for amateur.
They were both 2-0 with 2 knockouts going into that. So I mean, that was a really high level matchup. And 205 is a pretty thin division regionally.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Caldwell fight Christner before?
No.
No.
He fought Matt Morey and who was
Noah
Noah
Miller.
Miller. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm wrong.
yeah. Unfortunately, who? Blair Phillips fought.
Okay,
That might be
that
who you're
was the
thinking
one.
of.
That was
That
the
was at
last
Brawl
one.
16.
And that was when I found out about Blair Phillips' story because I rented your
Yes,
pay-per-view and
yes,
watched.
yes,
I
yes.
love the way you guys do
Awesome,
that.
dude.
I really do.
Thanks,
you guys
man.
are high end.
Appreciate
really high
that,
end.
man. Thank you. So Blair actually fights Saturday.
Yeah.
Also, so shout out Blair Phillips. Good luck, brother. Hope you bring home that dub.
Definitely. Good luck to that guy.
Yeah, man. Quite a few. Who else? Ferdoz is on that card. Mason DeLess.
Jake Zach.
Jake Zach.
Jake Zach,
It's
where
from
at?
Middle
Where's this
Rollet,
at?
man? Up in Erie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Zach
dude.
and Ferdoz.
Jake Zach is fighting Have you seen Ferdoz fight
debut.
for us yet?
No.
Okay.
I love Jake Zach, but
Yeah, yeah.
Erie.
Yeah.
When?
Saturday. This Saturday. Like 2 days from now.
My kids are up there right now.
There you go.
At Grandma's house. I
Dude,
might go up.
I'm just saying, do it. Check it out. Check it out.
go see my man Jake Zach.
A lot of local talent up there. So Ferdoz is a Mat Factory guy. He's undefeated, 5-0. He's making his pro debut against Jake Zach, making his pro debut as well.
Nice.
So big fight for
Nice.
sure.
Talk about incredible stories, too. That was a podcast from the old days, but Bobby Murda has just an outrageous life story. A lot of adversity
Yeah.
growing up in a tough part of the world, and
They make the best fighters.
Dude, his life
Oh,
story,
yeah.
when you hear it, you're like, are you just messing with me right now?
Right.
You know, but it's totally true. It's a Netflix series, honestly.
You
played
can't
out.
get
Yeah.
that hard without going through it,
Dude,
right?
no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting here extremely middle class American upbringing. I'm like, yeah, bro, I can relate. One time we didn't have mac and cheese at
Right.
home, and it
Yeah, like,
sucked.
I sit front
Those are
row.
tough days. Dark. Yeah.
That's as close as I'll get to the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we had to buy Giant Eagle brand macaroni one time, not Kraft. Like, could you
Oh.
imagine
Oh,
that?
Oh, man.
It hurt. Did you guys ever see?
I had to see these things growing up.
Yeah, I knew. I was
Someone
like,
just
he knows
threw
it.
threw litter on the ground. I think someone came by and picked it up later, but for those 20 seconds, I felt uncomfortable.
Oh,
So
chill.
you're probably too young for this and out of touch. But I remember generic chips hitting the grocery shelves, and it was literally a white bag, and it said generic on it.
No way.
Yeah.
I must be
Like-
too young.
Wow.
For
Yeah,
that.
I think everyone's too young for that.
We got the generic cereal though.
Oh, dude.
Does it say generic?
No, they said instead of like Fruit Loops, it was like
Oh.
Fruit
yeah,
Rings.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, this said generic potato chips.
That's
or
hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Generic.
And it's
It's
like
the same chip. They just cut the marketing
white.
budget.
It was a white bag with black lettering, generic all over. Generic.
Wow.
Generic potato chips.
That's crazy. I think some generic cereal is better than the real brand. Honestly, I'll die on that. hill.
Probably just has less quality
so
ingredients.
that just
more
turned
fake
into
stuff. Yeah.
this because this is what they did. You know, the
Right.
local
Right.
Well,
right.
instead of buying your product from somebody, they just decided to make it themselves. They're like, "Hey, I can turn my sink on and fill this bottle up with water too."
Yeah, yeah, and then
Purified
sell
water?
it for 800
What
times
is
what
that?
it cost me.
Doesn't work.
That's
in
city of
Flint, Michigan.
Pittsburgh water right there.
But if you buy
Flint,
something,
Michigan.
if you buy
Ooh.
something with the Strip District Meats badge
That's
on
right.
it, though, you know that's
That's
A+ quality.
quality
right there, dude. That picture of the Wagyu steaks that I've been using in the social, like,
Yeah.
those are the dumbest looking steaks I've ever seen in my life. Like, how's that even possible?
It's just the best steak you can get in the world.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's all. No big deal. Just
big
literally
deal.
the best. Didn't you say you and your wife split one for like an anniversary or
It
something?
was New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
And boy, what a mistake. I had like a pound
You
steak.
mean splitting it or?
Well, it's so rich that you cannot eat a half a pound of
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
plus, we had like a pound lobster tail to split too. And it was, she's like, I'm not eating anymore. I was like, well, I'm not going to eat this for leftovers. It almost took me to the point of I wanted to puke because it was
Yeah.
so rich. It was like eating the world's finest chocolate. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I get
a pound
that.
of it.
So,
Good luck.
so ideally, you would just kind of have like 4 ounces of that or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. You just want
a
to
taste.
portion it out, have a little taste of it.
That sounds so good, dude.
So delicate.
I got
so good.
I got the hanger steaks last time I was in there and made those, and they were beyond amazing. Super underrated cut.
Same with the picanha.
Ooh,
In
I
the-
got one. I
in
haven't
the
made it yet.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu area.
Yeah.
and since I started that, I've really upped my sales in picanha.
Nice. I know Danilo's picanha game looks really good
Strong.
on Instagram. It's strong.
Danilo's anything game,
Meat
grilling.
game. His meat.
If he ever asks you to come over to eat some meat,
do it.
don't say no.
Yeah, yeah.
He can cook.
That's
So,
awesome.
$100 is quite a long way to stretch your meat buck. If you had to like give Lucas and Glenn, our 2 winners, like more of an unconventional or like a sleeper meat to choose, like what would you throw out there for them?
I'd probably tell them to buy a whole ribeye loin or a whole strip loin and have me cut it down and cryovac it for them. Put it in their freezer, and they got, 14 steaks or so. They might have to throw in a little money of their own, but not too much. But then they're gonna have some good meals.
Yeah.
When you're in a pinch,
Sure.
I
That's a
don't.
good call.
I don't have nothing to eat. I'm just gonna pull out a steak and cook it, and it's gonna be prime.
That's
Keep
awesome.
asking questions like this. Come on, man.
Tell us more about your meat.
Right.
So-
because you can get like, chicken thighs. They're cheap.
on, they're just chicken thighs.
Yeah, I mean that can feed you, but where are you going to get a good steak? I'm not going to Morton's. I'm sorry. I'm going to eat my own prime meat.
Call out.
Way better. Or I'm not. You know what I mean? No, I'm never going to order a steak at a restaurant because those chefs are talented, but they're not using the quality of
Right.
meat that I'm using. They're just putting, they're sous videing the steak and putting a gravy or something on it. No, I want a high quality steak with salt and pepper on the grill all day.
So you're not buying the steak that comes in the white bag and says generic on it?
No way, buddy. USDA Prime.
That actually made me hungry. Just
We got to
salt and
have a
pepper,
247
charcoal.
cookout.
Dude,
Come on.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should make that
Enough
happen.
of this talk.
Dude,
Well,
yeah,
the
let's just
Indio
do it.
Dojo cookout's coming up soon. You guys should come
Nice.
crash that, and you will see straight Brazilians cooking
I'm
on
into that.
Brazilian grills, picanha, skirt steak. I donate the meat.
God, that sounds so good.
We
dude.
have all the kids there, and the kids are all eating meat. They love it.
That's
They
awesome.
love it. It's so fun.
Dude, not just saying this because you're here, but literally the best steak I ever got in my life was that Wagyu. I forget if it was MS5, I think. Wagyu
You sent me
ribeye.
the picture of
Dude.
it. You cooked it to perfection.
I really did. I'm really proud of that one. I was like, dude, I reverse seared it on my smoke, so I smoked it like
That's
real
the
low
way.
temperature.
That's the only
Yeah.
way to do it.
And then I
What-
just blasted it.
Here's a funny story. My brother never cooked anything in his life, but he got a Traeger before I did.
Yeah.
So I went over to help him mulch his house. I got a load of mulch, helped him out. I took over a couple fillets, and he grilled them on his Traeger, reverse seared them, and I was like, how's he cooking better steaks than me?
yeah, that's not fair.
Next day,
That's not
I
how
bought a
this is supposed to
Traeger
work.
and I
Right.
started reverse searing everything.
Dude, that's the move.
yeah,
that is.
It is the only way.
Yep.
Reverse sear. If you don't know how to cook a steak and fall in love with it, just Google reverse sear
Yep.
method.
Yeah,
That's the way
I'll
to
even
do it.
break it down for you right now. So I have a charcoal smoker. It's not a Traeger. I have like it's not a Big Green Egg brand, but it's a Kamado ceramic smoker.
Nice.
So I cooked it. I had the smoker like 200, 225. Got the steak to 120, and then just cranked the heat. I actually grabbed my leaf blower to give it
Nice,
extra air, so it was
nice.
just like a forge, and then just seared it from there. Finished like 129, 130ish.
Yep.
That was it.
Let it rest.
Easy, man. Easy. That thing was
Low
butter.
and slow to start,
Butter,
and
dude.
then sear it off hot.
Is that a call out?
I think we have a matchup for Sprawlenberg too.
Is that a text or
What
you
we
should have
got?
commented that?
He texted.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
What am I looking
Go
at?
ahead, explain yourself.
So Ryan just texted us and said, Hunter is why we don't have a 247 cookout this summer. I asked him to schedule one, and he said he doesn't have availability.
Oh,
Danny, play the boo.
Yeah, find the boo birds on there. Is there a boo? There's a sad
Look at
trombone.
There's an Eagles fan here. I'll make
There
the
we go.
rules.
Sad trombone.
well, I will. I mean, I'll invite you to the India one.
Thanks, dude. I
It's
appreciate
coming up
that.
this month, next month, August.
Nice.
Same month as Danilo's birthday.
That's so
Who's going to
good.
be 40 this year?
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So I think we're going to have a separate birthday party for him, maybe a pig roast. But the Indio Grill and Chill is an event you don't want to miss. It's
That's awesome.
straight Brazilian cuts, cooked by Brazilians to
I love it.
perfection. Just
Love it.
salt.
I love that's just salt.
Just salt.
That's killer.
They make their own grills. They like
I've
made
seen
out
Danilo's
of like,
grill. And
ah,
that's so cool, man.
so good.
So nice.
so good.
I love Dylan's question though about like helping Lucas and Glenn pick out stuff because I was there with James and Cody Matthews when they shopped, and it was funny how different their orders were. Cody Matthews wanted all the wild and exotic stuff, but only ground meat.
Weird.
Like he wanted ground everything.
So that's because a lot of guys that are regimented like that only eat ground.
Yeah.
They mix it with rice
right,
and
exactly. That's exactly what he said he wanted it
rice
for.
and ground meat. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So it makes sense for sure for an athlete to do that. But James Leto came in and was like, just give me the weirdest stuff you got. Like he got
Right.
lamb sweetbreads, he got Rocky Mountain oysters,
That's
he got pig
crazy.
cheek.
Oh.
like,
That's so
dude,
crazy.
He said they were incredible.
Wow.
He said he loved them.
Way to
So,
go,
yeah.
James.
Yeah, James had a pretty legendary
Well,
order.
just bring them in
honestly.
when I'm there. I'm there all the time,
Yeah.
man. All the time. I work 60 hours a week minimum. So,
Yeah, what are the odds you couldn't be there both times?
Right. right.
I really wanted you to be there, but at the same time, it's like we got to work with their schedules
Oh,
too,
yeah,
and just like
yeah.
just get them in there. So I tried to show him around a little bit, but yeah, it was fun. Cody Matthews actually had his roommates give him orders as well. They're like they were checking you out online because you got a lot of your menu online as
yeah.
well. Which
oh, yeah. My
honestly, I
wife
didn't know.
handles all that.
Yeah, she kills it.
Kudos to her. She handles pretty much everything with the books of the business, the whole office, the online business, the social media. She does
Killer.
a lot.
Killer, all-star, MVP. But his roommates were like looking online and writing down everything they wanted him to get them. So he ordered like I don't even know how much, a ton for
I
them
love it.
too.
He
when
had a
was
bunch
in
of
there.
bags, right?
Yeah.
I love
recall,
Cody
yeah.
Matthews. He's
Hey,
a great fighter.
Cody, your
man.
roommates
Insane
didn't
fighter.
score one of the best knockouts of the year. You didn't have to go out of your way.
Oh no, that was out of their pockets. They weren't using his
okay.
meat bucks for that.
Good
on
yeah.
you, Cody.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a perfect order. I'm excited to come back with Glenn and Lucas. We'll be setting that up. Like I said, Lucas wants to video it, so I will definitely make sure you're there for that one.
Nice.
Maybe would it be possible if you were like closed, but you let us in to do that, so nobody else would be there?
Or
If
like
not,
after
or
5.
like after hours, yeah.
As long as it's not a jiu-jitsu day.
Okay. He's not missing. He's not
completely
missing
fair.
jujitsu for you, Lucas. I'm sure you understand. But yeah, Glenn.
He definitely understands.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
time is tight for me, but
For
I mean,
sure.
I get in at like 5 in the morning,
We-
Lucas. If you want to come in early, bro, we don't
yeah.
open till 8. I'll
we
be
could
there
do
then.
that. Yeah. That's actually we'll do that, Lucas. Let's make that happen because for the video and stuff, you just don't want a lot of extra sound and people and stuff, obviously. So that'd be perfect too to have you kind of walk him through and show it. So there's a plan.
Well,
We
it
got
doesn't have to be 5. It could be like 7:30.
Do people show up right at 8?
There's a line at 8, brother.
Dude.
We open the door and they
Let's
come
go.
flooding in.
Let's go.
#1 butcher shop in the city.
I mean,
Mind
yeah.
you, I don't know if the voting is over, but Best in the Burg voting is going on. I think it might end today. We are the reigning champs, best butcher shop in the Burg. If you could vote, if you get on there, vote for us. We would appreciate it. I know there's at least one new butcher shop out there this year, but yeah, we seem to take it most years, so we would appreciate you guys. We do love our customers, so go ahead out there and vote for us, and we the best butcher in the Burg.
Nice. Love that plug. So just, I'll put it like, I do social media digital marketing for a couple different clients too in Pittsburgh, and one of them's Hampton Beer Outlet,
Okay.
and they win Best of the Bird. They've only been alive. I almost said alive. Around for 3 years, but they've won it all 3 years.
Nice.
Coming up on the 3rd year.
Nice.
And it's just like you guys. Like,
Yeah.
objectively, even if I didn't work for them, they're clearly the best.
The best,
Like,
yeah.
I've been to the other people to vote for, like Duffy's, Moon Beer, Save More, Ice and Pop, whatever that one's called. I've been to all of them, and like, it's not close. It's just not close at all. And when you go into Strip District meats, it's the same. Like, you mentioned the new butcher, and we love Fat Butcher and
Yeah.
Steve. He's awesome. He's
He
been
is
on the
awesome.
podcast, but
He's different than us.
exactly,
Way
it's
different.
almost a different store. Like, he needs a different category than what you guys are
Right.
doing. It's almost not fair to compare the two. He's excellent at what he does,
Right.
undeniably. But what
He's
you
breaking
do,
down animals.
Right.
He's giving you local beef. It's totally different.
he is a totally different niche for sure. But for what you do, like, anybody off the street can walk in and just be blown away. They'll find what they want.
I can honestly
Unless you're a
say that
vegan.
every single day of the week, there's a customer that says, I never knew you were here. This place is amazing. Can you build one of these in California? Can you make one of these in Miami? Like, I love this place.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty special. I mean, we are like the library of meats. I don't even know what else to say. If you like meat, there's no other place to go.
Yeah.
Strip District Meats is where it's at. Boom.
I think that's an excellent place to end the podcast. We can't say it any better than that. Brad, thanks so much for coming out again, man.
Appreciate
and for
you
your
guys.
generous donation. This is awesome. Meat Bucks, I know I can speak for all of us. It's one of our favorite days, giving out the Meat Bucks and deciding who gets them. The fighters have fun with it. The fans have fun with it. So thanks, man. You're the
Thank
best,
you,
dude.
guys. You're the best.
Woo!